Hello, everyone, and welcome to Debt Over It. Today we are with Tiffany, and Tiffany is 32 years old. She is married with three children, and currently she is a customer service rep with a health insurance company, and she does have quite a few financial goals. So, first of all, would be learn how to budget, which hopefully today I can teach you how to budget and you can start making that a habit. You want to manage your money more. You want to save $2,400, which is equivalent to about 1 month of your income. And then more long term, you want to have 3 to 6 months of expenses saved. So looking at your expenses, that would be about 9,000 to 18,000, but definitely a long term goal. And also pay off your debt, invest more money, and increase your income. So all amazing goals, which we'll talk about and see what's possible. And then some financial struggles is the first is you're not budgeting, which is very important. Y'all know that I think budgeting is one of the most important things that you can do for your money, but we will work on your budget today and then you'll continue. Not knowing how to manage your money, not sticking to a plan, and not having self-control with money. So we will talk about all of these things. Thank you so much for being here, Tiffany.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Course. And we were just talking about this, but Tiffany's camera is lagging a little bit. So if you see that, we see it too. The other thing is I am coming off of a cold, so I sound a bit nasally, and I apologize for that. But yes, we'll get through today. Okay. So, Tiffany, I do have quite a few questions for you. The first, I'm going to focus on some of your financial struggles that you mentioned. Can you talk about your history with money and how you got to the point that you're in now?
Well, I've never really budget my money before. I always
Mhm.
like live paycheck to paycheck and just kind of went with it. Pay like whenever I got paid, I got to see what was due and then I'll just pay it. So I think that's the reason why I was always like getting behind and always like in debt, living the paycheck by paycheck. Got to budget to have more money.
Mhm. And right now, I know that you're the only one working and did your husband lose his job?
Yes, he stopped working because he had knee surgery. He was a truck driver.
I
So now
see.
he's looking for another job, like something closer to home where he's not sitting for too long because he has to move his knee too, because he
Hmm.
can't be still for too long.
Wow, okay, that's tough. He was probably making pretty good money as a truck driver, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, he
Okay, okay.
was.
What is he looking for a job in? What other skills does he have that he could find a job
Um,
in?
he's just applying everywhere, to be honest. Anything
Okay.
for now. And like
Hmm.
like for since I work during the day, we trying to get like a night job for him or something overnight. So in
Hmm.
like a warehouse or something, you know, something at night we're trying to find for him.
Right. Okay. And you have three children. How old
Yes.
are each of them?
My oldest is 9, and then I have a one that just turned 3 a couple of days ago. I think like a week ago, the 27th. And
Okay.
then a 1.5-year old.
Okay. So all pretty young. And
Yes.
he's watching them during
Yes,
the day
while I
while you
work.
work.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if he
Okay.
gets a job at night, I'll watch them after work while he's working.
Got it. And when did he stop working?
Um, I think it's been a while. It's been like a year, and we had a little bit of money saved, and all the money we had saved actually just ran out. So he needs to find a job soon too.
Okay. Okay. How much money did you have saved?
I had my tax income from my taxes from last year,
Hmm.
and I had I think about like 10,000 saved, and it lasted like almost a year too. It
Okay,
was
that's
good.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Would he be open to doing any sort of gig work as well, like Ubers or Uber Eats?
I think he did try to do Uber,
Hmm.
and I'm not sure what happened, but we were not able to do it. It was
Okay.
something with the app, like signing up. I'm
Oh,
not too sure what happened there.
okay. Okay. Yeah, definitely got to think about ways to increase his income or even yours because your
Yeah.
situation, yeah, I think you'll need that. Just based off of the numbers, which we'll obviously get into, I think we'll need to increase the income to be able to get anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. And have you ever been debt free, or is this all recent, a
Um,
debt that you have?
I think right now is the most that I've ever had. I
Okay.
think like in my early 20s, I had maybe like a couple credit cards. I think that's when the debt started when I had my
Mm-hmm.
credit cards
Mm-hmm.
because that's when I started working too and I finished school. So I guess I never really had like much knowledge about money. And I think that's why it just got worse over the years.
Okay. What did you go to school for?
I actually have my associate's degree in medical assistant and x-ray, but I
Okay.
never took like the state test because then I had my oldest daughter and then I was always working and I just never took the test and then I got too scared to take the test. It's that I might fail, but so yeah, I never took the test. So yeah, I got my associate's medical assistant and x-ray. I'd
Okay.
be
Do
thinking
you,
about sometimes, maybe take the
yeah.
test. It might get
Yeah.
paid more now than what I do now too. That would be good.
Okay. How much does the test
Uh,
cost?
Um, I don't really remember, but I don't I think the first time I think they told me it was free. And I think the
Okay.
second time if you take, I think it's probably like 100, but I'm not sure.
Okay. And with a job like that, do you know what your earning potential could be?
Um, I know with the X-ray they could pay between like 20 to $30 an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe something to look into. I think if you, I don't know how the studying looks for that, but maybe study a bit. And I think that might be good to look into because you have at least some experience and education
Yeah.
in it. So in order to bump up your income. Okay.
Yeah, that is true.
So let's talk about your debt. So we are going to be looking at Tiffany's debt, but also her husband's debt because right now she is the primary income earner, the only income earner. So she is paying for what she can pay for. Altogether, which the bulk of this is actually student loans, but altogether, her and her husband's debt is $48,388, at least that you're aware of.
Yes.
Now, you told me that you have some loans that you haven't accessed, so you're not sure about them. So with that, that's one thing I want you to find out is all of your debt. So there is a website called freecreditreport.com. And I think that's what it's called. Let me double check that before because I sometimes miss free credit. No, annualcreditreport.com. That's the one.
Okay. And it's free.
It's free. Yes, you get one free per year. And annualcreditreport.com. I want you to run your credit through that and your husband's
Okay.
and make sure that you have all of your debts accounted for. So they will give you all of your history. And it kind of is overwhelming, but I want you to make sure that you have a picture of everything. So one thing about her debt is that she does have quite a bit in collections or that is not being paid for currently. It's actually not too much in collections. If you look at these numbers, I would say it's a few thousand. Your student loans, though, you mentioned so you have 37,915 of student loan debt, and this is just your student loans. Is
Yeah.
that right? Okay.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that it used to be 35,000, so you're just paying, it's just going up because of the interest.
Yeah.
You'll want to find who has your student loans. So you'll need to go through studentaid.gov and you'll need to find who has your student loan. So it could be whichever company is holding it, Sally Mae, uh, Nelnet, that sort of thing, and see if you can get on a payment plan. You may want to just have no payments right now, which is fine, just stay in deferral. But I think it will be best. It will help your score at least to get on good terms with all of these. Now, the ones that are in collections, which are mostly credit cards, I think, yeah, just hold off on those before setting up a plan because she does not have plans set up for these. How did you get into this this credit card debt? Would you say it was just living expenses that you had to? pay for or unnecessary shopping too?
Um, the credit cards that are in collection, I think just buying stuff, I put it on the credit card. And then when I got paid, if I didn't have enough money to pay the credit card, then it took too long and never got it paid off. But I know my credit cards now, a lot of them are maxed out because we've been kind of tight on money the past few months. So we've been putting a lot of the bills on the credit cards.
Right. Okay. And I'm assuming you're able to keep up with everything, like the rent, the electric, like you at least are able to
Yeah, and I make
manage.
sure the rent and the light is always paid. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, very good. Yeah, that's tough. So it looks like a ton of credit cards. Are you still, this is probably a yes, but you're still spending on credit cards
Right now
to
they're
this
all
day?
maxed out. Yes, I'm just
Oh,
paying the
okay.
minimum. Yeah.
They're all maxed out. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just trying to use your debit card, basically, the cash
Yeah.
that you have. Okay. Has that been difficult?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we will be looking at her and her husband's debt. So as I mentioned, she is the primary earner right now, but it looks like your husband has maybe several thousand in credit card debt, and then you took out a loan recently.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable with what did you take that loan out for?
Just to pay the bills.
To pay the bills. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And something else that Tiffany mentioned before we started filming is that she uses an app called Earn In, which I am unfamiliar with, but she educated me on it. So this is something where you're getting paid through that platform, but also they're lending you money.
Well, they're not like paying. It's like you borrow money. It's kind
Okay.
of like a loan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you first sign up, they give you like $100, and
Hmm.
then in your next paycheck, you have to pay it back. Like they take it automatically out of your paycheck.
From your paycheck. Okay.
Yeah. But if you
Okay.
set up your like direct deposit with them, they deposit your money to your bank account, but they increase your lending money.
Got
So,
it.
so
Okay.
instead
That's
of
what
a
you're saying.
hundred, it goes up more. Yeah. I guess it
Hmm.
depends how much you make.
And it's basically, I would say that's like basically a payday loan.
Yeah.
And are you having to pay interest on those?
No, they only charge like for example, if you wanted to get it instantly, they charge you $3. But if you want
Okay.
it to be like free, it'll take like a day or two.
Okay.
So I always try to
And
do the free one, so I don't have to pay the $3.
and when you borrow the money, how quickly are you paying that back?
They take it automatically out of my paycheck. And so the following day after I get paid, I'm able to take it back out.
Okay. Okay. It's a little confusing to me, but if it's working, okay. I don't love that. I think we'll try to get to a point where you have enough
Yeah.
cash flow and are just getting this money straight to a regular checking account and paying your bills that way. Um, yeah, because that sounds like it's just as you said before, it's just been a cycle of
Yeah.
depending on that, which isn't really your money.
Yeah.
So, okay. So that's earn in. Yeah, so we have 400 as of right now without the student loans and without your debts and collections, your minimum payments are about $427 and the interest rates are ranging from 29.9 up to 36%. So very high interest rates. We'll see if we can come up with a debt payoff plan. But I know Tiffany mentioned before that she would prefer to focus on these active debts. Well, the debt is in the debts in collections, basically, we're gonna put off for now, is the summary of that. So I think that's fine. Just hold on setting up a plan for those in collections. Now, how long have these been in collections? Do you know?
Um, it's been a few years. I would say maybe like 4 years. A lot of
Okay.
my stuff went in collection when COVID happened because I wasn't working. Because at that
Okay.
time, I think a few years ago, I was working at Disney, and Disney was closed for a little bit, and
I
that put me
see.
behind a lot.
I see. Okay. Are you getting a lot of phone calls? Them still calling you?
No, because I've changed my phone number a few times, so I think
Okay.
that's why I don't get phone calls.
Got it. Okay. I see. And I know you mentioned this with me before, but your credit score is in the 500s
Yes.
right now, right? Okay. So we'll talk more about your debt as we go through your budget. But let's talk about your assets. So as of right now, you have a Capital One checking account with just a little bit, 20 bucks or so, a high yield savings account with Capital One, which I'm glad you have the high yield savings account. That's great. $50 there. Do you still have that $50 in that high
Yes.
yield? Okay.
Yes.
And then you have a Marcus high yield savings account with just a little bit under $1. Now, I know as we said before, one of your goals is to save 2,400. I think that's a good place to start for a basic starter emergency fund
Yeah. Right
since
now,
you,
the $50 that I have, I just save $5 a week from my
okay,
paycheck. That's why it's at $50. I
okay.
wish I could save more.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
That's still something though, so that's good. $55 per week to get to 2,400. I think that's going to take quite a bit of time. But that's a good starting point. And I think it is important for you to have a little bit more saved up since you do have three young children.
Yeah.
But you are renting right now. That's
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. And for your income, you're bringing in about 2,400 per month. And as we said before, your husband is currently looking for work.
Yeah.
So, and does that even include like he's applying to retail, like everything or
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, he's even applied at McDonald's down the street just to get something at the pizza
really
spot and nothing so far.
nothing.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really upsetting
He,
because I thought they were all hiring.
I know, right?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he finds something because that would definitely help out.
Yeah, it
Um,
will.
Yeah, yeah, because I think this is your income is low for all of your expenses, which we'll look at your budget and talk about everything. So before we hop to your spreadsheets, do you have any questions or anything else you want to add about your financial situation?
Um, no, we just spoke about the debt, the income. No. Mm-mm. Oh,
Okay.
yes. I did think about a debt that I just thought about, um, that I forgot about. We did get a car repo back in 2020. It was around COVID time.
Okay.
So I think that's like another debt, I guess, to add to the list.
Okay. Do you know about how much that was?
Um, I think it's after they sold it in the auction because they sold it and then it was left. We had to pay, I think, like 7,000.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I could probably find out because it was financed with Capital One, and I probably could. I'm able to see on the app. I have to check.
Okay. Yeah, and when you do that, when you pull your credit report, you might be able to see it on there as well.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever considered bankruptcy?
I Not really. I thought you had to be like really bad in debt to do bankruptcy. I don't know.
Do you not feel like you're bad in debt?
Yes, but I thought bankruptcy was for like, like rich people, like real in debt. I don't know. I don't really know much about it.
Okay. It's not something I always, obviously, I'm not necessarily suggesting that, but just what curious if you were ever considering that. You do not have to be rich or you don't have to have more to file bankruptcy. The only thing that would be tough is the bulk of your debt is student loans, but you're not paying that right now. But that would not be wiped out if you were to file bankruptcy. But from what I'm hearing, you have a lot more than 48,000. It's probably, I mean, who knows? You just told me the 7,000 for the car repo, maybe some other personal loans that you don't know of. And then even with what you're doing with Earnin, I'm not sure how much that's like costing you each month, but with everything, yeah, we'll see what's possible. But if your husband does not start working soon, that might be something you'll have to consider because this is looks like it's really going to be tough to manage. So hopefully he can bring in some income or you could increase yours. But
Yeah.
we'll see what's possible. It's not something I usually recommend because I think people can dig their way out of it, but absolutely an option for it. It's a good option for a lot of people to give you some breathing room.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that. before we go to my spreadsheet, I did take a look at the statements that you sent me, your bank statements for yourself and your husband. I didn't notice too many problems, like too many spending areas. The main thing I saw coming up the most was just some food out, but it was like McDonald's, Dunkin'. I think I did see some PlayStation purchases. Is
Yeah.
that your husband?
Yeah, but he doesn't play no games no more. He did buy a PlayStation once, like a couple months ago, I think, maybe a month or
Okay.
two, and then he returned it.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that
So
might have been what I saw in there. So I was like,
probably,
probably should eliminate the gaming, like any purchases with gaming. I mean, I saw maybe for one card, like $50 or so charged to McDonald's and Dunkin', which it wasn't too big of purchases, but I think it would add up. Like at this point, y'all probably have to just tighten up everywhere
yeah,
and be super frugal and only do grocery shopping, like the basics, beans, rice, pastas, simple foods.
yeah.
But are there any other areas that you feel that you spend a lot of money in?
I think it's just the eating out.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's the only thing that we talk about is the eating out.
Okay. Any Amazon purchases or personal spending?
No, because we don't got money right now, so I don't got
Yeah.
money to spend. Yeah, I do want
Yeah.
to buy things, but right now I can't. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I usually try to buy stuff that I need, but I'm like not the type to like just buy stuff, like always buying clothes and stuff for the house. Like I don't really do shopping like that.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. So we're going to make your budget for September. And when we're filming this, for those watching, we are in September, but very early on. But yeah, we're still going to make the budget for September because it's still possible. Up at the top here, we put in what we're expecting Tiffany's income to look like. So that is about 600 per paycheck. And obviously, as the month goes, if these are different, because sometimes she makes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. And 600 is about what you expect if you work full time. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Okay. And are you going to be working any less in September at all? Like any time
Um,
off or
yes, this week, because today's
this
a
week?
holiday, they gave it to us off, but we don't get
Okay.
paid for it.
Okay. So will this be a little bit lower then, the first
Yeah,
week?
it's probably gonna be like five something.
Okay. So let's just go a little bit. Let's do 525 for that first week and then 600 for the other paychecks.
Okay.
So altogether, you'll be bringing in 2,325. Now, obviously, it would be helpful if your husband can get some employment, but is there anything that you could do now to increase your income? Do you have stuff that you could sell around the house, or would you
No.
be open to? I have one client who donates plasma on a weekly basis.
Okay.
Would you or your husband?
I've thought of that, but I forgot about that. Yeah, I could probably look into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're willing to and if it's safe for you to do so, you're comfortable with that, then I think that would be helpful. You could at least bring in a couple hundred extra.
Yeah.
And even if your husband's willing to do it, I know sometimes those places can get really busy and it may be hard to get in, but it will absolutely be worth it. So I'm going to start a little to-do list up here. Just going to write donate plasma question mark. Any way that you can bring in some extra income, even if you would be willing to, um, you know, do some gig work, or if your husband can pick up some gig work, driving for Uber Eats, DoorDash, Instacart, any sort of delivery type of thing, that will absolutely help you. Or if there is stuff that you can sell,
Yeah.
then that will help too. Other to do we've already talked about is pull your credit report, and that's annual credit report.com. Go to studentaid.gov and find your student loans. So those are the first to-dos. Okay. So working with $2,325 for the month of September, but hopefully more if you can bring in some extra income. So we're gonna go through her expenses. First, and these are the numbers that she gave me so far, and we'll talk through everything. So first is rent, which is $1,200, which isn't too bad. You're living in Florida. Electric, do you think 250 is accurate for September?
I think so. To be honest, I really don't know, but I think it's like 250 just because our light bill, it doesn't give us like a due date every month. Like we had to put money in it, and then once like, the balance goes low, we have to add more money.
Okay.
So I think it's 250 because I put 100 like every week and a half, every other week, kind of like that. So that's why I estimated like 250.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, if you can get a better picture of that, that would be helpful, just so you're
Yeah.
not like overpaying or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, we'll keep 250. Your internet is that 50?
Yeah, it's 50.
Cell phone is $98.
Yes.
Hulu and Disney Plus is $3.39.
Yes, and that's only going to be until November because I got that during Black Friday.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Are you going to continue keeping it after
Mm,
November?
no. Mm-mm.
Okay. So be sure to cancel that before the full charge hits, as long as you're okay with getting rid of that. But if 339 for now is absolutely okay. Health coach, $30.
Yes, I just got a online health coach to help me,
Okay.
lose weight, eat healthier. So it's going
Okay.
good so far.
Okay. Singing class, is this for your daughter?
Yes, I just signed her up for it. I don't even know
Okay.
if it was a bad idea at this time because school just started. I signed her up for the singing class and the J athletics is actually for the after school. So
Okay.
I was thinking of taking her out of the after school because she could take the bus and just come home. Because the after school's until 6 and I work until 5:30. So I just get off work and I just drive there because I work from home. So I pick
Mm-hmm.
her up. But financially, I've been thinking about taking her out. At first, it was a great idea, but I don't know. Thinking
Okay.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Would how so it's just like an after school
Yeah, it's like,
program.
yeah, she just stays there after school and they play like different sports every day after school.
Okay. Okay. And does she seem to enjoy it?
Yeah, she says she likes it. I kind of bring it up to take her out of it. Like at first she was like, okay, that's fine. Oh, and she actually recently just hurt her wrist. So I was like, oh, so you can't really play, so I'm gonna take you out. And she's like, no, I saw the coach at school. He said I could still come after
Oh,
school.
okay.
So I'm like thinking about it again.
Okay. So you think you'll keep the singing class for 120?
Yeah, I was thinking of keeping the singing because I haven't really signed her up for anything before. I've always tried the past few years to sign her up for like ballet, gymnastic, or something, but
Mm-hmm.
she always ends up getting like her at school, always trying to do gymnastics. So I never get to sign her up. So this
Uh-huh.
time I'm like, it's singing since her wrist is hurt. So I was thinking of just keeping it, something for her.
Okay. Do you think you'll keep the athletic after school program for 180 in September or
I was thinking, okay, the singing, they charge me monthly. The J athletics, they charge me weekly. So
oh,
I don't know.
okay.
I don't know. I might take it off. I have to talk to her about it
Okay.
again.
So I'll
Just for
just
now.
highlight. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
keep it in there. I'll highlight that. I know that's a bummer to have to,
Yeah.
if she really enjoys it, but I think with your situation, it might be necessary. But we'll highlight that. Just you can think about it.
Okay.
Gas, I'm assuming this is for your cars. Is that
Yeah.
$80?
Yeah, we have one car. I put 80 because I was thinking like $20 a week. I really don't
Mhm.
know. I noticed this past, couple weeks since it's been kind of hard with money. I've been putting $10 and it be lasting me like 5 days. Like
Mm-hmm.
every 5 days I've been putting $10. So I don't know
Okay.
how much that is. Like that's just us just, picking her up from school and going grocery shopping and coming back home. Not really going
Yeah.
anywhere.
Okay. It sounds like you could probably do less then. So every 5 days, there's 30 days about in a month. So 30 times 10. Let's put this down to 60 then. Oops.
Okay.
Let's put your gas at 60. See, let's go 65 just to be. But I think 80 was a little bit too high.
Okay.
And your car is paid off, is that right?
Yeah, my husband bought it cash.
Awesome. All right. So food, I'm assuming this is groceries.
Yes, groceries. I really do not know how much I
Okay.
spend on groceries. I just put to 80, but I don't know.
Okay.
When I go
From
f food shopping, I would say I go twice a month and I spend about 100 and something when I go. But
okay.
I get food stamps and my food stamps is like 170.
Okay.
So I use that 170 from the food stamps and then I go again and I spend about almost the same, almost 170 again.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to keep track of the food lately.
Hmm.
Because I just went food shopping again a couple of days ago. And I think the food that I had bought with the food stamp lasted like I think it was like a week. I stretched it out to like 9, 10 days to go food
Hmm.
shopping. But I think at day 7, I was like really low on food. I
Okay.
think, yeah, because it's a lot of us. It's 5 of us.
Right. I
I,
think we'll keep this budgeted at 280. You'll just definitely need to track.
yeah,
So get a better picture of how much you're actually spending. Definitely trying to shop based on sales and, simple foods, basic foods, the
yeah,
staples, dry foods that are easy to cook and much more affordable.
yeah,
I think as a family of five, though, this is even if you have your 170 food stamps added on here, that's still a pretty low budget, but it's definitely like necessary at this point.
yeah.
So I think that's fine, and then just track and see what this actually looks like. So we'll keep it at 280.
Okay.
So eating out
I put
100.
100, but I don't know because I don't really, I try not to eat out, but my husband does like eating out.
Hmm.
But he doesn't really spend much when he goes to eat out.
Yeah.
But it's like every few days he goes eat out. But I don't know exactly how much. I just put 100 for the month.
Yeah, that seems about right based off of the spending that I could see. Now, would he be willing to cut back?
Um, Maybe, yeah. Because we've tried and he has stopped. He just
Okay.
started again too. So I
Hmm.
guess he has his little moment. He'll stop for a little and then go back to eating out.
Okay.
So yeah.
Got it. And how does he feel about everything like with the finances? Would he be on board with kind of, budgeting, and would he help you with all of this?
Yeah, because I've been talking about it and he's like, yeah, if you could budget and we could have more money, go ahead and do it. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Okay. Okay.
So
And
next,
when he's going out to eat, is he getting just food for himself or for your children as well?
yeah, for the two little ones too when he goes. But he always
Okay.
likes to go to McDonald's because he has like the bundles and
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like cheaper. And he has
Yep.
the app too and it gets like discounts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think this is something you'll want to talk about with him, the food out. I suggest this being lower,
Okay.
maybe 50 to 75 if possible, especially right now. Does either 50 or 75 sound like a reasonable number?
Yeah, you could put 50.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll have to let him know that and try to
Yes.
stay in budget there. Tolls, $10, is that right?
I put $10 because I've always paid like $10 in tolls, but lately I haven't used tolls.
Okay.
So you could take it off
Okay.
because we
We'll put
haven't
that.
really been driving lately
Okay.
no more. Yeah.
That's a little savings.
Yeah.
Your credit cards, I put it the minimum payment, so I have it over
Yeah.
here. The ones that you're currently paying $427 for all the minimum payments, but I think one is missing because you mentioned that
Yeah.
he opened a Visa recently, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So definitely want to get a picture of that and see how much that costs. Now, typically when I'm making a budget, I separate all of these out
Mm.
and I don't have them just in one line item. But I think there's so many that for now we'll keep it like that. So, uh, but when you are actually budgeting, I'll change this so that it's accounting for all of these individually, and you're just paying the minimums. So I think whatever you've been doing, you will have to do with just paying the minimum payments on these.
Okay.
Make sure you only are paying the minimum payments because that's all you have room for right now. So, okay. So credit cards, $427. car insurance is 167, is that right?
Yes. No, I was gonna say right now I'm behind on the car insurance. I gotta pay that now when I get paid.
Okay. So
Yeah.
how behind are you on this?
Just for August we're behind. And then the one for September is about to come up too.
Okay, so you have to pay two of these.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll adjust that 334 for car insurance. And let me put a note, includes August. Okay. Life insurance, 200. So we were talking about Tiffany's life insurance before recording. And I actually want some feedback from those of you listening if you have any. So correct me if I'm wrong on any of this, but Tiffany has IUL for herself as well as for her 9-year-old daughter. So I actually used to have life insurance myself, and it was a mistake from several years ago. I do think life insurance is important to have as a parent, especially of three little ones. So my recommendation to Tiffany was one, switch this over to term life insurance because from my understanding, that's better and it will be a lot cheaper. And then to get rid of the life insurance that she has on her daughter because that's really not necessary because she's 9 years old. So she shouldn't need life insurance. And really the more important thing in the long run, I mean, of course, Tiffany and her family would have to get on track with everything and keep your expenses below what you're taking in. But eventually you could get to a point where you are, saving for your daughter's future, her education or her investments, that sort of thing. But that was my suggestion. So switch to term life insurance, get rid of the daughter's insurance, and I think you'll save money there. But anybody who's listening who has more information on that, I'm definitely no expert in insurance. I would love to hear more. How do you feel about, I guess for now we'll keep it because
I was gonna say too, right now, since we're tight on money, we haven't paid it. We haven't
okay,
paid it
right,
since
right.
May. And since I've had it for like I think it's like a year or maybe over a year.
Mm-hmm.
Like the policy right now, since I'm not paying it, it's paying itself because I already accumulated money. So
Okay.
I guess I have to think about it to see if I get rid of hers.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm hoping that we'll get some good feedback in the comments and I can send that your way. But I guess for now, for September, it's going to be zero anyway.
Yeah.
Is that costing you anything since you're not able to, like, are you having to pay fees
I
because
don't,
you're missing that?
I don't think so. The only thing I know because it's a IUL, it like it has the life policy plus it has like it makes money on top of the money that it already
Right.
has. And
Mm-hmm.
since I'm not paying it and the money in it that is growing is taking that money out to pay for that month that I'm not paying it.
Okay.
I think that's the only thing they're taking out
Right.
and I don't pay it.
Yeah. Okay. I think term life insurance is great for people with children because you have dependents. But outside of that, you're going to make more money by investing. So whether that be an employer plan or a Roth IRA, brokerage account, that's going to be better. And you have more control of it. With the life insurance, the other thing is whoever sold you this life insurance, they're making money off of you. So they're getting a small portion. I think they get it for like the first year or two. It covers whatever they get paid. But then after that, you kind of get like a fixed rate with a lot of these. Like that's what you're earning. So
Yeah.
they make it sound really promising. And it's not the absolute worst thing, it's you could be spending money on other things, but at the end of the day, it's not something I like. So yeah, would love to hear feedback from everybody listening. So okay, so we'll put that at zero for now. I'm going to highlight it in yellow because you'll want to look into that. Okay, so Assurian Home Plus, is that like a subscription?
Assurance Home Plus and the Appliance Home Plus is
Hmm.
like the Home Plus we've used it a few times. Like they fix the laptop if it's broken, the
Oh, okay.
computer and like the tablet and stuff like that. So we use it. And then the appliance, I just got it, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, because
Okay.
my washer broke. So I need somebody to fix it. So
Okay.
I got them because I already had the Home Plus. I was like, let me get the Appliance Plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are these like subscript monthly subscriptions, or how
Yeah,
does
it's
this,
monthly. Yeah.
is it insurance?
Yeah, it's basically insurance because, like, for example, like when I sent my, like when my computer broke, they fixed it, and then when they sent it back and it still wasn't working, I sent it back again. They
Uh-huh.
gave me money for it since the
Okay.
computer, they couldn't fix it. And then the laptop that my husband has, his broke too because they couldn't turn on, and then they
Mm-hmm.
fixed it and they replaced the whole keyboard or something from it. And
Okay.
so they fixed all of that basically for free.
Okay. Okay. So
You just got
the
to pay
Home
for that
Plus, okay.
monthly.
Home Plus is $26.86. The Appliance Plus is $37.61.
Yeah.
And like let's say if you get your
I could,
washer fixed, they'll
yes.
have to pay, will you have to pay more on top of this potentially?
Yes, they do have a one-time fee of
Okay.
$100 to fix it.
Okay. Are you gonna have to pay for that in September?
In October, since I just signed up with it,
October.
I can't use it until after 31 days of signing up. So, but
Okay.
after I get my washer fixed, I'll probably cancel it.
Okay. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. Ideally, we would get you to a point where you can build up some savings so
Yeah.
that if something like that were to happen, then you can have the money for it. So I'm going to hop to this year at a glance tab and just put for October that you're going to have to get your washer fixed, and that's going to be an additional 100. Just for you
Okay.
to remember. Next thing you have on here is a puppy, but
Yes,
you
we
didn't put it.
we just got the puppy like a week ago, so
Oh
I didn't know
no.
what to put there. Yeah.
Okay.
So I
Is
don't
this like a
know.
puppy puppy? Like
Yeah,
how
she's
old?
13 weeks.
Wow. Okay. Um, I wish I spoke to you like 2 weeks ago and told you not to get the puppy.
Yeah.
Um, okay. So thinking of this month,
Mhm.
does she need to get her vaccines, food?
Um, when we got her, they said she already had her shots. And then just like I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, this weekend, I think Saturday, we went and bought food because the food they gave us finished. So on Saturday, I think it was $30 we spent because we bought
Okay.
the dog food. My husband got some like treats or snacks for the puppy and then
Hmm.
a toy. And I think that was
Okay.
$30. But yesterday on Amazon, I actually ordered like a crate for the dog
Hmm.
because she started eating the shoe and the couch. So my
Hmm.
husband was like, we've got to keep her in the thing because she's a pit bull too. So he's like,
Okay.
she's supposed to be in one. So
Yeah.
I spent, I
Okay.
think it was $64 on the crate and then like
Okay.
$30 with the food.
Okay. So yesterday was September. So we'll put that 65 plus, we'll just add like another, let's just put this at 100.
Okay.
Yeah, dogs are very expensive. So um, I guess for now 100, but then beyond that, you'll just have to play month by month and see like when her vaccines are due or if she has to go to the vet, that sort of thing, and how much her food costs. But for September, we'll put that at 100. Diapers, is this for
Yeah,
your baby?
yeah, for my 1 year old. I put
Uh-huh.
diapers, but I've never really kept track of how
Okay.
often I buy diapers. I don't know. I know it's like $40
Is this off of Amazon or when you go grocery shopping?
when I go grocery shopping.
Okay. So would you say back up here with the groceries, we can include it into this, but do you think 280 would cover the food plus the diapers, or do you want to add in
Um,
a little bit
I
more?
guess I could cover it. I
Okay.
could cover it.
Do you
Yeah.
think we need to bump this up?
No, we could leave it like that for now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely tracking, making sure you have the right numbers there, but we'll take that out.
And I put
Essentials.
essentials. I put it at like for like soap and shampoo and stuff like that.
Okay.
I wasn't too sure.
Yeah. So do you spend anything on like outside of that health and wellness, like doctor visits or vitamin supplements, that sort of thing? Or even beauty purchases? Like, do you spend on self-care at all, like haircuts, that sort of thing?
No,
Okay.
no. The supplements, I do want to buy some, but I
Hmm.
haven't in a while because we're tight on money. But
Yeah.
once I get like, good with it, then I want to be able to have a budget, I guess, for supplements because I do
Okay.
have my supplements that I do want to buy that I haven't bought yet.
Yeah, okay. So
And
I'll
then
just go ahead. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
no, because I was gonna say, and then the shampoo and stuff that goes with the wellness, with the health and wellness too.
Yeah, that's what I do. So I have a category called health slash beauty.
Okay.
So if I buy shampoo or anything like that, I do put it under there. Some people also buy that with their groceries. So they put it under groceries.
Oh, okay.
So whichever you prefer,
We could keep it separate.
keep it separate. Okay.
Yeah.
So how much do you think, thinking of September,
Mhm.
any purchases you need to make in that category? Toothbrush, toothpaste.
No, because I think it's just like about a week ago we bought
Okay.
the soap and shampoo and stuff.
Okay. So we'll bump that down to zero.
Yeah. But
Tutoring
the
for your daughter.
tutoring, you could take it off because I just canceled it where her,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I was like, I could just tutor her, I guess. I
Yeah.
was
Okay.
thinking, yeah,
So that was 120. We're going to take that out.
yeah.
Audible, $14.95.
I honestly haven't paid it the past couple months,
Okay.
so you could take it off for now. I would like to
Yeah.
go back to it because
Hmm.
I like listening to the books. I feel like
Hmm.
I don't have time to actually read the book because I'm always, busy at home.
Yeah.
So I just listen to the book when I'm cleaning or when I go for a walk.
Okay. Yeah, I would recommend keeping not paying for that for now. I think there's an app called Libby. Have you heard of that?
No.
So I believe you can get audiobooks through Libby. It's kind of like a library. And yeah, I think there's a certain amount that they lend out to people. But yeah, I would look into that. So let me put that up here as a to-do.
Okay.
There's definitely free resources for books because I love books as well. Aside from the library, I think the library can also lend you books. Maybe
Oh,
there's a separate app for that. I don't like audiobooks. I like physical books, but so I'm not too familiar. But check that out. And then also there's even some books on YouTube. Like people
oh.
read the audiobooks on YouTube. So yeah, there's definitely options out there. So I would keep that at zero. I'm actually going to take that out completely. Kickoff, what is kickoff for
Um,
$5?
it's supposed to like help increase your credit. I think because I had so much debt, it never increased my credit. But I
Okay.
just went on the app like a couple of days ago, and I did not realize I had it like on like a auto renewal. So I've been
Hmm.
paying it for like I guess 2 years, $5 a month.
Wow.
So I just
Okay.
canceled the auto renewal and it's now in I think it said October or November. So it's not going to renew again.
Okay. So will you pay the $5 in September?
Yeah, because it's done in I think October, November. It said not to
Okay.
cancel in the
Okay.
middle because it will
Okay.
affect my credit.
So let me just make a note that this ends
Yeah.
by the end of the year. Okay. Daycare, are you having to pay for that right now or no? Because your
No.
husband's in. Okay.
Yeah.
And then health insurance is $10, is that right?
Yeah, I have to pay for health insurance.
Okay. Anything else that we're missing on here? I know, so personal spending, I think just needs to be at zero.
Yeah.
Any traveling or anything?
Nah, we don't travel. Mm-mm.
Okay. So anything else that we're missing?
I don't think so because we don't really spend money much. To me, it always spend money is eating out,
Okay.
but it's I
Okay.
guess not too much. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. So if we add everything up, you're spending about $3,266. And if we subtract that from your income, you don't have enough.
yeah,
About
that's why
negative a
I'm getting
thousand.
worse and worse every month.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
the main problem here is your income. This is a very tight budget. Obviously, your debt doesn't help, but even if we got rid of all of your credit card debt, you still wouldn't have enough money. And that's not all of your debt even because you have stuff in collections.
Yeah,
So the income is the main problem. Like you have to find some way to make more money.
yeah, it's bad. I still be trying to apply for other remote jobs to see if I can do
Hmm.
another one, but I haven't gotten nothing yet. Like I try to look for like part-time, overnight or something, so I could
Hmm.
continue doing like two jobs from home.
Hmm.
Even for him, I try to apply too, and nothing so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you
Okay.
gotta keep looking because it took
Yes.
me a while for me to find the job that I just got to because it's only been like 2 or 3 months, and I
Wow.
was
Okay.
unemployed for since like January, and I started the ending of June. Like 6 months, I was unemployed too.
Hmm.
So it takes a while to find a
Yeah.
job.
Do you have any support, like any other family support that they could help you or give you any sort of resources?
Um, yes and no, I guess. I guess like not really. Maybe like they could help with a couple, $20 here and there, but
Hmm.
nobody really has like much money to lend,
Right.
you know.
Right. Okay.
And I always try to apply for more loans, and I keep getting denied because I probably have too many, and
Yes.
I have
Yeah.
bad credit too. So
Yeah.
it's just, I think once we get another income, it might get better.
Yes. Yeah. You need to be making at least 1,000 more per month. That would just get you paycheck to paycheck, but I mean, you could get eating out down to zero. You could lower groceries a little bit more, but it's not going to be enough to,
Yeah.
get you in the positives. As far as your debts go, though, as you've been doing, keep paying the minimum payments, just the minimum payments. I think for you, this may not work, but if you can call all of these, the ones that you're currently paying on,
Mhm.
and ask for a lower interest rate. So that's another to do. Call and ask for a lower rate on all credit cards. They may say no, but it's worth a shot. I think at this point, you definitely don't open any more credit cards. Try not to take out any more personal loans. But for some people, I suggest like doing a balance transfer or a debt consolidation to get these interest rates lower and combine some debts. But with your credit score, that just might not be possible right now. And I think, yeah, you'll just need to try really, really hard to get him a job and then bring in income from somewhere.
Yeah.
Because this doesn't include the collections, this doesn't include your student loans. So you can go ahead and, run your credit report and find out who has your student loans and stuff, but you're not going to be able to, even if you set up a payment plan, like you shouldn't at this point, you can't.
Yeah.
If these have been in collections for years, then so be it. Um, they're not garnishing your wages or anything, right? Like you don't have nobody has sued you.
No.
Okay, okay. So hopefully it stays like that. You, at the end of the day, you don't have that much credit card debt outside of, let's see, let's take this out, take out the student loans. So if we count, what you mentioned with the car repo and maybe some other personal loans, maybe you have 20,000 of debt that would be wiped out if you were to file bankruptcy. So I'm not saying to file bankruptcy. The first priority is getting an income. Ideally by September you can bump it up, but I think that's the main focus. How do you feel? And I'm assuming you've discussed this some with your husband. How have you been feeling about this?
Um, like not good. With too much money. Everything is just money. We just need to
Yeah.
make more money. Yeah. We're just trying to get another job just to make more money, I guess. Also, we've been looking into, have you heard about trading? I know you say you don't like crypto and stuff,
Yeah.
but they say you could put money in trading and make money like that, like day traders and stuff. So he's
Yeah.
been looking into that. So
Okay.
let's see how that goes too. He said he's gonna
Yeah.
try to do it on the side while he's working.
Okay. That's tough. I know a couple of day traders and they
Yeah,
do it full time. It's a full-time
yeah,
thing because otherwise you can easily lose money. So please be very careful with that because a lot of people try it and a lot of people lose money. It's something that you have to be really passionate about and have a lot of knowledge of. And I only know maybe two people who do that as a full-time thing. They're very successful with it, but that's because they do it full time and love it. So at this point, any way you can make money that is a sure way for you to make money is your best bet.
yeah,
You work a job, you get paid for it. You're exchanging your time for the money. That's going to be the most responsible way.
yeah.
I don't suggest crypto or Bitcoin, anything like that, just because it's too risky, especially with everything you have here. So yeah, just be really careful with that. obviously you're kind of depending right now on that earn in app. And if you don't want to be dependent on that, it sounds like you would have to just stop paying all of your credit cards, which, for people who are listening, I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions, your suggestions for Tiffany and her family for this situation. And I'm sorry that you're in this situation, and I'm sorry that, with this call, I can't be like, this is the solution, because
Yeah.
the solution is the income.
Yeah.
But I'm glad we had this call so you can hopefully become more aware of your finances, but also I'm hoping we can check in 6 months and see you in a different place because that would be beautiful. But yeah, just right now, it's going to be a lot of awareness around your finances, getting a better picture. You have a good picture right now of everything, but there are a few things missing. So getting a better picture of everything, accounting for everything, and just, grinding
Yeah.
it out for now, cutting expenses as much as possible. But as I said, that can only get you so far. So
Yeah.
I mean, even if you have to for your car insurance. If you can't pay both August and September, that's fine. Just pay for August and be behind again because you might have to do that. I think you will have to get rid of the after school.
Yeah.
I mean, even let's see if we were to bump that to zero, if this were to just be the one, if you got your food out to zero, still negative. I don't think you could lower your groceries anymore. Yeah, I mean everything else looks like we can't really cut back right now. So even with that, it's still in the negatives. With your rent, how long are you going to be? Is 1,200 set for some time?
Yeah. We've been paying that for like a year now, I think.
Okay.
And once our lease was up, she said that we just continue paying that every month.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so as of right now, I don't think I don't have a debt plan for you. Like, yes, I could plug in numbers into the debt snowball, debt avalanche tracker, but that you can't put anything extra to your debt right now. And even if you were able to, I would rather you build up your savings first. So if you can get to a point where you are making another 2,000 per month or so from income, and whether that's from you or your husband, then you can start making a plan for saving. If things were different and this was positive, I would have you start putting money to your emergency fund first, get
Hmm.
that to probably at least 2,000 to start with. And then after that, start putting extra to your debts. And for your situation, I would probably have you pay off some of these smaller ones just because you can. Like you would be able to, like these small 300s here and there. But all of your interest rates are really high. Typically, with my clients, I have them pay off their debts based on the interest rate. So, starting with the highest debt first and working their way down. And then you could start setting up payment plans with the debts that are in collections and your student loans. But yeah, so first emergency fund, then move on to the high interest debts and work your way down, move on to collections and then student loans. But for now, it's just going to be getting ahead with increasing the income.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I'm sorry I don't have, any actual numbers to give you and not a true solution, but I hope we see you in a different place in 6 months if you're willing to come on.
Yeah. No, it sounds good. But looking at everything like this is, it's like surprising. What was my expense monthly again?
About 3,200.
I would have never thought it was that much.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely track. That's going to be really important.
Yes.
If you can track every dollar that you're spending as close as possible, get your husband to, if you can keep his statements or if he's willing to, sit down with you every weekend, every Sunday, make this like a little financial date and just track out your spending, make a
Yeah.
budget for October, for November, December, so on and so forth. Do it every single month, and if you can increase your income, you'll find yourself in a different place. But for now, that's just working with what you can.
Yeah. Yeah. No, thank you for helping.
Of course, yeah, I'm
This was
trying.
re- this was good though. Having this template was good. This is good.
Good, good.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Do you have any other questions? Anything else I can talk through or help with?
Um, no, I think you helped good. I just got to increase my income and start little by little, you know. It's gonna take
Yes.
time.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck to you. I think y'all have got this. Just keep applying. I'm so sorry that times are tough right now. I know with inflation and the economy is just crazy. So it's not easy. Plus, with three children and now a puppy.
I
So
know.
yeah, that's tough. So props to you for keeping your head high. And thank you for coming on again.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for helping. And thanks
Of
for
course.
having me.
Yeah.